So for our Haute Couture collection 2025, we wanted to explore the world of the sea urchin. So we're exploring the ecosystem and also the ecoskeleton of this creature. That there's so many details and so many interesting aspects, but also geometrical and mathematical factors that play into the life of the sea urchin. The sea urchin is an animal that with a lot of geometrical aspects are super interesting for couture. There's such a craftsmanship that you can really explore to develop various shapes and to interpret the sea urchin in various ways. On top of the signature corset with the signature V shapes and the geometrical aspects, we have a macrame sea urchin in various shapes with many different materials. We have included some georgette stripes to give the fragility to the sea urchin, but also with some yarns that gives more structure and texture to it. For this dress, we wanted to explore origami and smocking techniques and to develop it in a way that we achieve these sea flowers, as we call them. And they are made by the hexagon of our logo, so the emblem of ArdAzAei. So by folding and creating this origami with the hexagon, we achieve these sea flowers. This is one of our GOT certified styles for this collection. And being GOT certified is very important for the house because it's a sign of our commitment to sustainability, both in terms of the environment, but also for ethical and moral purposes. This one is made with a silk gazar base corset and then with silk georgette, creating these draped rings of water, like when you throw a stone in the water and these rings are created.
Ripple effect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we have left the hems raw for the fragility of these otherwise very, very well structured drapings. Here we have a customized print of the cellular form of the sea urchin, draped in geometrical directions all over the body. So it's draping down and around the body and then comes together in these pom-poms in 3 layers of the same print. And there you can see the dégradé in the print as well, that it goes from very saturated to less and less, to also explore how we give the depth to the sea urchin. Even though there are 80 meters of fabrics on these 3 together, it has still this very, very light but rich feel to it because of this extremely light and sheer silk fabric. On this dress you can see the signature geometrical elements of the house. So we have the V shapes that are enhancing the waist, which are also A's turned upside down for the house. We are placing these embroideries, which are 60 small circular embroideries made by more than 40 materials, as well as fish scale. Those are placed also following this geometrical V shape to enhance the geometry. And how we have placed them is to really let the bare skeleton of this dress speak for itself, so we're not overpowering the dress with its embroidery.
I'm fascinated by the fish scale.
Yeah.
And what else do you have? You have the fish scale. You have
We have some beads. We also have tubes, and there are many different versions of the tubes and the beads. They are also placed on a lurex fabric, which allows a bit of this lurex shine to come through the embroidery. For this dress, we have draped plissé fabric, and we have the plissé made in 2 different directions. So to really explore the bioluminescent effect, but also to give depth with different directions of the plissé. The fabric is a blend fabric with lurex in it, which gives this shining effect, and by pleating it in various directions, the light touches it in different ways. So on the lower skirt on this dress, we have more than 70 pleated fans, as you can see, like this, which allows movement when walking. This is a metallic fabric, and it's hand embroidered with 33,000 Swarovski crystals, and each and every little pleat on this skirt is handmade to really reflect the idea of a wet surface. And when you look, it reflects the light, so it really looks like a water surface in the sunset.
But is the fabric manipulated to keep those folds?
No, so we have by hand fixed them, so fold them each and every one, and then hand stitch them to keep them in place. So it's a fantastic craftsmanship on this one. For this dress, we have 2 layers of fabric. We have an underlayer with the print shining through in a triple organdis, and then we have a top layer of silk gazar. This dress also has many of these plissé fans of the gazar, which allows movement when walking.
Well, actually, here you can see there's this pattern underneath. This is the double layer.
Exactly. So we see this print from this lower layer shining through this silk gazar, which is the top layer. So this allows the print to really give some depth to this otherwise very structured and geometrical silhouette. For this look, we have some knitted spirals, which we interpreted as seahorses. So these seahorses, they are made with a silk yarn and in a spiral construction, which creates the shapes looking like seahorses.
How about the dual color? So it's a kind of like light powder
Exactly.
pale?
So we have a dégradé in the coloring. So at the inside we have this lilac tone, which comes out to a more pale pink to really speak to the color of the collection. All of these spirals are knitted in a silk yarn. So this silk yarn and the knitting really allows the fall in various directions and various ways. So you can create this coral-like shape and universe, but also more these type of seahorses or similar.
What's quite interesting is you've got this dégradé of color here, which actually you almost would not see.
Exactly.
I guess that's the beauty of couture. Sometimes it's just really in the details.
Yeah. And yeah, so with these spirals, what's really nice with these is that they create so much movement. They can both create this type of little tassel or fringe, and then when you move them, position them in another way, they became like a coral. And then you can slightly see the dégradé. This dress was the final dress of the show and has various layers to it. On the top layer we have this customized lace, which is an interpretation of the skeleton of the spine of the sea urchin. So also underneath it you have 2 layers of a print of the skeleton, and those 2 layers are placed slightly not opposite to each other but slightly on a side to create more depth.
Yeah.
So we have the print underneath the lace, so it shines through, lets the light shine through, and it's all on a base of cotton tulle, which is placed contresens, so it has 2 layers. So if you look very closely, you can see these small sea urchins created in the tulle pattern.